The Love Gurus podcast is starting now. The Love Gurus are comics that bring comedic wisdom to the savages asking bizarre relationship questions on the internet. Your hosts are Suzanne Leah Shepherd and Jake Vevera. I am the Love Gurus' pet robot Cassandra. I love you.
Oh, we are live on YouTube and Twitch. And you are also listening to us on iTunes or whatever you're doing that if you're not listening to us right now as we're recording it. But if you are listening to this afterwards, check us out live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, unless I'm a little late, kind of like now. But either way, 8:30 p.m.-ish Eastern. Yes.
We tried so hard this week to be on time.
We did.
But I mean, I was a little late. I'm sorry. We'll
always be between 8:30 Eastern and 8:30 Central. I think that's how it goes. Yeah. Wait, no, it's earlier. It's earlier Central. Shit.
So
never mind.
But 8:30 Central would be 9:30 our time. It's just an hour, right? So
No,
that makes sense.
Yeah, my math was right the first time. I second guessed myself. I was totally right on that. Yeah. So between 8:30 Eastern and 8:30 Central. But either way, we are live right now. We are going to take ridiculous dating questions from people on Reddit and you guys in the comments. Also, feel free to comment on YouTube. Go crazy. Let us know what you think about the questions, about us, about anything really. But I'm excited to announce our guest. First up, returning guest, hilarious guy, good friend of ours, Mark DeFrancis. Thank you for being back on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's good to be in the only basement in New York that's not underwater right now.
Yeah,
I know.
Dude.
So many places in New York were flooded, and everyone's looking at this as a catastrophe. We've all always wanted a pool, right?
Yeah.
It's like, who doesn't want a new instant pool right before Labor Day?
I never should have asked that cursed monkey paw to put a pool in every single apartment in New York.
You take that back.
Yeah.
You were right. You were always right.
I said, oh, please, cursed monkey paw, please give everybody a pool. I don't care how you do it.
Yeah.
Send it from God, cursed monkey paw. Send it from, and it went like, all right, whatever. And then it ran.
Yeah. We thought it was going to be something that would equalize society, rather than having this, the 1% versus everyone else. That, everyone's got a pool, so now we're equal. Well, we didn't ask for it correctly. So, but this basement totally did not get ruined and flooded, which is awesome.
Joel on YouTube says, love me some Love Gurus. Who do I have to go to blow to get on the show?
No one.
Legally speaking, until he's out of office, Andrew Cuomo. That's what he did. He said that's a rule now. It's part of like the COVID thing. I don't know how it directly translates to COVID.
It's something about getting a shot in your face. I don't know.
Yeah. He said you got to get the Cuomo shot.
Like if you blow Andrew Cuomo right now, you're going to be so disappointed with what you get.
Yeah.
You really.
Did you guys see him in his last press conference for the hurricane?
I did not. But before you tell us that, let me introduce you.
Okay.
Another hilarious guy, awesome stand-up comic. Look him up, follow him on social media, check him out live. Rob Rego, thank you for being on the show.
Hey.
Thank you.
But what are you saying about Cuomo?
It was like his last press conference, and he was like trying to warn New York about the hurricane, and just could not give less of a fuck. He was just like, yeah, fucking drown, don't drown, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do I care? Stay inside, it's raining.
I mean, it's going to get a little bit of whoever. Maybe Lion interns. Maybe I don't know who's going to drown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, you get it. We've all quit or been fired from jobs. And so that last, that last little bit, it's like, I just don't care, So I'm not saying that what he did was right in general, but yeah, we get it. He doesn't care. But
you're
also
giving him a pass, is what you're saying.
but also like
who's listening? This is him stealing all the bread from like the storage closet or whatever, like on his way out.
Have you worked in an office ever?
I worked at a Panera. That's I guess what
that was a good answer.
He just has a plastic bag and he just does the arm sweep, the supermarket sweep of all the snacks in his office, and he walks out.
Two interns and
arm in arm with the interns.
Yeah, right.
Dude, you get to steal a lot of shit if you're Cuomo. Like if your dad was the mayor and your brother's a news anchor on one of the biggest news channels that's supposed to keep you honest, you can kind of steal a lot of shit, dude. You can just go hog wild. Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be amazing.
I want to party with him on his last day. That's going to be good.
I can't wait for him to I want him to watch him try to hit on the first woman he hits on when he's not governor of New York.
Yeah.
And realizes how utterly unattractive he is.
Are you guys?
Yes,
are you guys?
It's going to be difficult.
No, 100%.
rich.
There are going to be women who are just all about it, and it's
true.
just there's like the fame whores. It's not but just also women who are like, oh, Como, I believe you. Like
women fuck murderers in prison.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like those apologizers.
Yeah, but that's awesome. That's admittedly objective.
I honestly think that Como could get is probably got laid the day he left.
Dude, yes, I agree. My drunk aunt one time.
He texted Kathy Lee and was like, "Hey, bitch, guess what?
Rough day. Want to hang?
You up?"
My drunk aunt Peg once said, "There's nothing better than disgraced Governor Dick." And that's it. The real ones know that. The real ones know that.
Yeah,
It never feels the same.
Yeah.
It's so anyway, I think Cuomo's gonna be fine. You know what else?
Joel on YouTube says the Cuomo shot, depending on where the application is, can cause irritation.
Yes.
My name isn't Cuomo, but I've irritated my wife's eye once or 27 times.
Whoa, Joel. Oh, your wife sounds like she's definitely a legend.
Anything after 14 feels premeditated. It feels premeditated, Joel.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just has really moisturized eyelids. Who knows?
Yeah, don't judge. Yeah. I really hope our first question is, so I recently was governor of New York, but
yes,
things happened.
If you're Como, how do you turn to Reddit like normal people?
I don't know.
With
That's a
your
tough
questions?
one, man.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn tough
I
one.
mean, if he did, I don't give a fuck anymore. Ask me anything on Reddit, I would be on that one for sure.
Yeah. 100%. Had a great
Yeah.
job.
What do you
Then
wanna
things
know?
Went south.
How do you rebound after a sexual assault allegation? It was a very high-paying job. I lost respect from many of my coworkers. Also, the entire state of New York.
And I saved them all from Corona. Let's be honest. I was a hell of a rock.
I'm tired of all these prudes judging me because I only got like 20, 30 accusations. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's so odd about it, though, is like it obviously there's no way this wasn't known when COVID was happening. But they were like, we kind of have a lot going on now, so let's just get through COVID. But then we'll definitely like telling him before he gets out of office, before he runs again. I
just love that they gave him more shit for sexual harassment than they did for murdering the elderly.
Right? Yeah. He really got to slide on that one because of all the butts he grabbed.
Dude, here's the thing. Like my wife's ex-boss, who used to make lewd comments at her. I don't like that guy. My wife's ex-boss that killed my grandma and lied about it, that guy's a real dick. You know what I mean? I really can't stand that guy.
Yeah. Oh, man. But
there's a bit in there. Sorry.
Perfect. But what's fueling, obviously, all of this amazing conversation is the fifth guest of the or the fifth member of the podcast, I should say.
Yes. We are drinking some white wine tonight. We are doing Delady Blue Sauvignon Blanc.
Delady.
Yes.
That's what Como said right before he grabbed her ass. Hey, Delady.
Hey, Delaney, I see you're in New York City. Did you pay the ferryman to get in here?
If you want to start your own wine label in New York, you have to let Cuomo grab your ass.
Yeah,
That's part of getting your own wine.
Yeah.
A lot of Sauvignon Blanc doesn't even taste right unless you let him do it. You know what I mean? It says so on the bottle.
Doesn't bring out the tannins.
Look, it's a blue bottle. It says right there, let Cuomo grab your ass. It tastes better.
You can taste the assault.
Yes.
In every bottle.
The assault.
I mean, honestly, having this wine right now, that should be its slogan.
Also,
it's pretty rough, dude.
Mark, you're bringing up a great. Why is there not assault margarita?
Assault margarita?
There
you go. Bam. Yeah, sexual harassment puns, people. If you thought less than 10 minutes, you were correct. Yes. Delady Blue is a vibrant and complex wine crafted from Sonoma County grapes. This Sauvignon Blanc is an alluring aroma of Mayer lemon. Is that like John Mayer? It's capitalized.
Meyer lemons.
Oh, Meyer lemons. I thought it was like John Mayer.
I think it's John.
Someone's been to Whole Foods.
They're his lemons.
An aroma of John Mayer lemon zest and tropical fruits with a refreshing palate of grapefruit, nectarine, and lemongrass. Right, with a long, clean finish. Delaney was crafted to link the enjoyment of life with the desire to help find a cure for T1D. What the hell is T1D?
a rare form of cancer that originates in the tip of your nose.
Wow. Holy shit! Is that what Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had?
He had a very,
that was herpes.
And I was gonna say Santa had a bottle of Delaney in his Christmas sleigh and said, "Rudolph, will you drive my sleigh tonight? Have some Delaney. Feel nice and tight."
Absolutely.
I
Santa
never
just
thought
got
that line was dirty till you just said it.
Well, there
Drive
you go.
my sleigh tonight. Yeah.
I hope I've ruined your Christmas.
Or made it amazing.
Santa Claus used to.
You're gonna be out, Carolyn.
Santa Claus used to Andrew Cuomo his reindeer. You heard it here first, people. I'm calling him out on that shit.
I think it's the only logical takeaway from this entire conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
Tim Kendall says, "You can taste the assault. Was good. Bottle that one." All right, but let's hear from our first question on Reddit.
First question. My wife called me a closeted gay man during an argument. We've been married for 11 years. I'm 37 and my wife is 35. I'm not gay. I'm bisexual. And I've had a really traumatic memory of dating my high school boyfriend and getting caught. Those years were hell. College helped me to get back to a semblance of normal. I met my wife in college and fell in love with her instantly. I never brought up those experiences or the fact that I was bisexual with her. I've started to feel extremely guilty about hiding it from her.
I thought she was already out as bisexual. I'm like, if you're a closeted gay man who says you're bisexual, you ain't really. I mean, you maybe got a foot in the closet, but like, you're not like
Yeah.
you ain't getting promoted in Westboro like that. That's all I'm saying.
My therapist suggested that I should come out, so I finally did. I told her how my experiences had affected me, and that meeting her in college was the best thing that ever happened to me. She took it well and didn't freak out about it, and that was 2 months ago. We're now going through a rough patch, but we're both working a lot, and her parents just announced that they're moving to the other side of the country. We were having dinner last night, and she started an argument about how we're remodeling the kitchen. She dismissed my idea and blew up. She asked, "Why do you even care so much about the kitchen? Is it because you're a gay man pretending to be in love with me?"
Wow. Yeah.
No. Oh, shots fired.
I was really shocked and hurt. Just removed myself from that situation. It hurt a lot. I feel like there's a huge issue in our relationship if she thinks that I don't love her. I just don't understand why that she would say something like that. I love her, but it's a really low blow, especially because I had traumatic experiences in my youth. How do I tackle this? So to give a quick summary, there's a man who is bisexual, had experiences with other men when he was in high school, but then he met his wife in college and was like, "No, I love her. I married her." So he's basically like never looked back. This isn't a question about cheating. So he finally told his wife, which has to be a load off of your chest. You sort of have this, it's not a secret per se, but it's sort of like another part of you.
He told her about the loads, no pun intended.
And she was totally fine with it. But then they get into an argument about remodeling the kitchen. And she then chooses.
I love it. She's like, "That's way more gay than you telling me about the dicks, bro."
She knew this for a while. She had pulled the pin on this grenade and held it in her hand for like 5 years.
We all got grenades
for some reason.
Sure.
We all got them.
We all got a grenade.
That's a long one to hold, and like just to suddenly roll it out in the kitchen.
What did you want the kitchen to look like? How do we know like what's?
Did he have the right idea for the kitchen?
That's a good point.
If you wanted wood paneling, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. He's the one. If you wanted wood paneling or like Southwestern style tiling, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Or what if he was totally right and she had some terrible idea?
But I mean, that's so. It's an interesting thing because like,
I'd love to have my kitchen designed by a traumatized bisexual. Like
maybe
that
she's
sounds
just
amazing.
Maybe she's just jealous that you're going to be more fashionable as a bisexual man. Like you're just like you're tasting.
Yeah.
Oh, and so she doesn't want people to come into the kitchen after that.
Yes.
And then they're like, "Oh my god, I love what you've done with this stovetop." And she's like, "Well, that was all Gary's idea."
Yeah.
And she has to live with that the entire time.
Her friends would love it if you're gay. They would fucking love it.
100%, man. I mean, that's the comeback he's got to hit her with. It's like, listen, if I'm a closeted gay guy and you're arguing with me about home renovations, fuck you. I'm right. The Bible says I'm right.
We're talking about tiles here. We're talking about tiles.
But also, if she knows or thinks he's a closeted gay man and she's still married to him, that's shame on her territory.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't swing that back and also be married. Like that, you gotta make decisions there.
So I just think that again, so he did kind of give a little bit of preface saying that they'd been working a lot. She's stressed out because her parents are moving away, et cetera, et cetera. So but to me, it sounds like she doesn't necessarily think this, but she just wanted to zing him as much as possible, which that to me is like the number one thing about being in a relationship is where the boundary is. And she got pushed to a point where she was like, fuck this boundary. I'm going to fucking annihilate
She got pushed to this point by an argument about the kitchen.
But I don't think it was necessarily about
wild
the kitchen.
Fucking thing to argue about.
It was.
That sounds like a normal marriage.
Culmination of all.
My wife
of
calls me a closet gay man every time we talk about the kitchen. It's crazy. We can't talk about the kitchen without it.
No, and that is a fair point though. Here's the only conversations me and my wife have ever had about remodeling the kitchen. She goes, "Hey, do you care if I change the kitchen around like this?" And I'm like, "I don't give a fuck. Why are you asking me? Why are you asking?"
Jake was like,
"So I look like a bisexual man who fucked once in high school."
Jake had the straightest answer ever. He was just like, "Put up some titties, man. Put up some pictures." It's like,
that's
what I want in the kitchen.
That's how he gets back. That's how he gets back at her. Is he waits until she's at work. He knows it's going to be a long day. You decorate it with you find old Playboy centerfolds and just make it like a shrine. And then she comes home and you are just railing some lady from work or make it a prostitute. I don't give a fuck. You're just doing her on top of the kitchen table that she picked out. And she's just like, you're just like, who's the closeted gay man now? Closet gay man this. Ask her if he's gay. Am I closeted gay? No. You're so straight. And she just yells shit like that.
How sad would it be if he actually goes and does this, but then can't get it out for the other girl?
Oh, dude, that's something.
And just like, it's
and
ruined.
Dude,
ultimate backfire.
Dude, if she walks in and he's speeding his soft dick in front of the lady.
No, I was about to get there.
The only thing you can do is
you come in 2 minutes earlier. Oh, I look so straight.
He looks
I want to fuck her, I swear.
The only thing you can do is play the end song to Curb Your Enthusiasm. Just da 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 da, and he can't get it up.
But so to me, like this
poor woman.
But it definitely, to me, it sounds like they've been married for a while. She's obviously really upset about this, and she is then going to the boundary. So I have a few questions. Like one is that. So he's going to therapy. Is she going to therapy? But also, in any sort of argument where someone insults you, the best way to diffuse that argument, because the opposite is not anger, it's apathy. Had he just been like,
dude, get a stripper named Apathy, bro.
Basic.
Get a stripper named Apathy.
Great stripper. Had he just been like, it's so basic for you to call me a closeted gay man and then swing his hair and turn the other way, because she knew it was going to zing you. So if you just let it know it doesn't affect you, even if it does,
but it is a proper zinger.
Yeah,
dude,
it hit home.
But I'm just saying, that's the way to go about it. If she ever says it again going forward, is just to be like, oh, Trish, I mean, come on, you're so basic.
Just look at her and be like, those jeans only look good on you 5 years and 10 pounds ago, and then just walk away.
Trish, no more halter tops for you. Okay.
Also, you can insult me a little better when you lose a couple pounds. Okay. Oh! That winter weight, it's summer now. All right.
Woo! This kitchen fight got sassy. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
But
kitchen fight, 2 people enter, 1 person leaves.
This Thunderdome is what they call their kitchen.
But so
the
now,
Thunder Nook in the kitchen.
Now
they're fighting the Thunder Nook.
Yeah, but now they're in this situation where so she's crossed the line, and his question is, how do I come back from this? How does he say not come in the back? You
no. I mean, there's no.
He can come his wife says.
He wants to come back.
Wait, but so you think their relationship should be over then?
No, I think that if you're in the process of someone's parents moving to another coast, you should let that happen first and then see where your relationship is at. That's just the first thing I heard in that question.
Really?
No. If the parents are leaving the situation, find out what that means for your relationship, because it can only be good. It can only be better.
That's what I thought.
Let that happen. Then worry about who's gay and who's not gay. All right, but first get the parents out.
Why are the parents being dicks again? I forgot about this because I got so
it's
fucking
just so
zeroed in on the kitchen.
The wife is upset because the parents are moving across the country. So it's implied that she's very close with her parents. And it's upsetting to her.
That means there was probably some goofy fight about the parents, right? Otherwise, why would he even mention that?
He's giving that as prefacing the fight by saying that she's under a lot of stress because they've both been working a lot and her parents are moving, so she's upset by that. So he's sort of saying, she used this low blow, but it's not necessarily because it's because all of this other stuff and she blew up at him rather than separating the sadness and the anger she has from the other things. She just, blew it on, the tile pattern.
It's a very specific redirect, though. That didn't come in like, okay, I fucking hate your shirt or you're stupid. It was quite specific.
First of all, are we 100% are we all being honest with ourselves? Like, is the questionnaire being honest with himself? Is he projecting a little bit? Is there a part of this story?
I think so. I mean, you're bringing up a good point. It's definitely a question to ask, but how he wrote it, I mean, he's very adamant that he loves his wife. When he met her, that was it for him. So he's very adamant that he wants to keep this relationship going in some way, shape, or form.
But I mean, there's a little bit of honesty you have to have with yourself. Is like, is this even like this whole thing and even being hurt by it so bad? Is there a part of you that wants to go do something? Are you not having your needs met and you're just you're helping this thing blow up bigger than it is because you want to you're not if I understand, you're saying that so he's bisexual, so therefore maybe not all of his sexual needs are being met because he's married to a woman.
Yes. Joel on YouTube says it's Reddit. No, we're not being honest. Here's some older ones. I got behind. He says, "Yo, bitch is not a fan of pastels. Sounds like he needs to ditch her and nail her brother."
Ooh,
all right, yeah.
Not a bad idea.
The brother not entered this question yet. There's always a brother.
Amy asked, this is Joel on YouTube. Amy asked Jake about remodeling the kitchen. Jake's answer was, as long as I don't have to suck a dick or whatever,
Joel,
do whatever you want.
How do you think they're going to pay for it?
Jake,
okay,
you don't know what that kitchen's going to look like. It's going to be a kitchen so fantastic you'd suck a dick for it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to, dude. I don't want to remodel the kitchen.
I think it'd be very unlikely to have a kitchen that I would suck a dick for. But I'm not saying
it's
how
much kitchens cost?
Yeah,
there are some kitchens I would suck a dick for.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
granite. We're talking granite.
Greatest thing I've ever said. Straight
granite,
up,
like a lovely
real
island. Yeah.
Italian marble. What are we dealing with here? Yeah.
Like a little wine fridge.
You're like I shake it all around.
A professional oven and stove.
Bro, how many accessories would you need to suck a dick for a kitchen?
No, we flipped it now. Now it's how many dicks would I suck for this one kitchen?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there's a lot. Especially the kitchen. Now, if you'd said to me, look, Suzanne, for your bedroom, I don't know, because I don't really need a lot, but like a kitchen, if you've got like all the appliances, like an air fryer, like a dope blender, like all of that stuff, I'm gonna suck some dick.
And it would be amazing if the contractor showed up and he's like, well, I can put these cabinets in and get you the stove and stuff, and it's gonna run you about $30,000 or 6 dicks. It's your call how you want to pay. And you're like, I'll take the dicks. Yeah.
Bill Cosby got Italian during that impression.
Yeah. So what's our final advice to this guy? So my final advice is, look, she obviously gave the lowest of low blow. She used that zinger because she's mad about these other things. It's not right, but you need to have an honest conversation with her, and you need to draw a line in the sand and say, look, if it bothers you that I've been with men before, you need to say it now. Otherwise, we never mention it again. And I think she just needs to draw a line in the sand and go forward. Because otherwise, like, she's going to keep, it's going to be like, they're going to get in a fight about a Netflix movie. And she's going to be like, well, you just want to watch this because you're gay. Like, that's not right.
Yeah, you can't drop that every time you need to pick up the dry cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nuts.
That can't be her, like, ultimate, well, at least I haven't, been with, whatever. Like, she needs to draw a line in the sand. What about you guys? What do you think?
Joel on YouTube says, I'd be willing to give a reach around for a keg cooler.
Yeah.
Every man has his price. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, like, be honest with yourself first, set your boundaries, but then also consider her, like, any person who's ever been in a relationship knows, like, the crazy emotions you have when you think someone is, like, needs something from someone else, like, sexually, and that could drive your animal brain crazy. So, like, she might be a little stressed out thinking that, like, she can't provide what you want. And if that's like the thing, like that's also a very stressful thing. So just you can address that too. And just be like, I understand if that's what you're going through.
Yeah, good point.
My take would be, work with your partner, but obviously work with your partner, but never let a homophobe tell you how to make your kitchen look nice. That's the most important thing.
But
that's true. That's true.
Those guys, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's like all those homophobic wedding cake people, and it's like, well, dude, you have a gay job already, so like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it's also like,
using sugar.
If you're homophobic, like, what do you like? You probably make shitty cakes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna bedazzle this wedding cakes, but I don't want any queers doing anything gay around me.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna go see a straight musical. I'm gonna go see a whole heterosexual musical in Mobile, Alabama. And,
weirdly enough, at the metal sheet factory, they were very nice there. At the car plant, they were very friendly.
Yeah,
it's just had weird bakeries and glitter stuff.
Sounds like a hot scene from Grease. You know? Go Grease lightning, put your dick through this glory hole. Grease lightning. What?
I mean, I stand by my advice of you need to just let her catch you having sex with someone on whatever table she picks out. That's my,
Send it to the Love Gurus podcast.
Yeah. Send us pictures, send us videos. Let us know how it goes.
Of her walking in.
Yeah.
And her reaction.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, perfect. Well, I think we answered that question. Do we have any other comments?
Yes. Tim on YouTube says, I do need a kitchen remodel.
Tim, we've just let you know how to get it done. So is that Mark?
I'm not sure what the hell.
Every
or
time
is that mine?
Near this thing, it freaks out. It's like a little angry dog.
I think it might be mine.
Or is it Jake? No, that's Mark.
Nope. Yeah, here. Let me mess with that.
Yeah. So, do you want to do that while I read that?
Yeah. Just do that while we read the next question. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com or check us out live every single Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We are going to take another one from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
Next question. My ex-fiance is pissed because I'm engaged less than a year after I called off the wedding. I called off the wedding after I found out that my ex-fiance had been seeing some girl behind my back for almost 9 months while lying to me about where he was and working late and work functions over the weekend. To make it worse, my almost in-laws knew about it and helped him lie at almost all of our shared friends. He didn't even help me cancel anything. He just told me, I know you found out about her and I'm leaving you. This was all over text message, by the way. Well, it's been almost a year and I'm now engaged again. This time I'm engaged to one of my oldest friends who stepped up and helped me through everything, including helping me cancel my wedding. As he knows how it feels, as his girlfriend of 4 years left the weekend that he was going to propose to be with some guy that she met on an online game. So he just asked me if it would be crazy if the two of us got married. And he was ready to marry me too. I just said, absolutely, let's do it. I still have my dress and I still have most of the money I got back from the bookings I canceled. So we just used that. My ex found out after we announced that we were getting married, as one of our shared friends still keeps an eye on my Facebook. Now my ex is busy smearing my name through the mud, saying that I cheated and there's no way I could be getting married if I had not been seeing my friend behind his back. He even went as far as to contact my now fiance just to talk crap about me, but he put my ex on his place. But he put my ex in his place right there and then. Should I also reach out to my ex? He's obviously just trying to smear my name and make me look bad. Should I stand up to him or just let him slowly lose interest?
Marriage is not for everyone.
You guys are gonna get divorced. Like,
yeah, this isn't a recipe for any success at all.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was now. Maybe it was because I was grabbing wine and I heard it wrong. But is she saying that her ex is just pissed off that she's engaged too quickly?
Yeah. So what happened was.
Well, so does that have anything to do with her current boyfriend at all? Like, he's good, right?
Yeah.
Husband.
Her husband.
So she was engaged to a guy. He cheated on her for like 9 months, up until the wedding.
Family covered it up.
The family knew, they covered it up. Friends knew, covered it up. And so he broke up with her via text message to someone he's engaged to.
Are you guys from South Amboy, New Jersey? What the fuck kind of shit is this?
Yeah.
So one of her
Pretty
oldest
solid.
friends then, kind of gets in contact, swoops in, if I must say. And then they start a relationship, and now they are going to get married. And she's sort of like, listen, I've got this is very like Runaway Bride with like Julia.
This question reminds me of
sounds
like a
like
reality
that.
show.
Very
part,
much. She's
though.
like, I've got the dress,
Yeah.
I've got the venue. Maybe we should just get married. So they basically just plan the same wedding again. And so once her ex finds out that she's now engaged again, he's like, you're definitely cheating. And now he's like, quote unquote, smearing her name across social media, etc., and to their friends, saying that she definitely cheated because she got engaged so soon. Which,
I mean,
here's the thing: if you're the cheater, you cheated,
Right,
You
yeah, yeah,
cheated,
yeah.
and
So who
now
gives a
you're
shit?
like, oh no, wait, she cheated. How about you
Yeah.
go fuck yourself?
He's a man, Suzanne.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I could-
Oh, I forgot that men can just do everything that they want.
We
and
have
it's
urges,
it's
and
us
we
poor
need
females
to
that need to
fulfill
keep
them.
our legs
Right.
crossed all the time. Can someone give me a cork for my
what you
vagina?
don't realize is well, I mean, but yeah, but
Chastity belt.
it sounds bad, but what you don't realize, this takes place in Kabul now. He's Taliban. We can do that under the Taliban.
Well,
You know,
in that case, just praise Allah and think.
Wouldn't that be a
Right.
great opening to a question? Things have recently changed in my
Yes.
country.
to be fair,
Had a couple changes,
Yes.
and I'm feeling frisky.
I mean, by her country's laws, this horse should be beheaded just for being on Reddit. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he keeps out like this way, she will be.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
And everything will be okay.
Okay, but so my thing with this question is just his audacity to be like, you cheated, even though he clearly was the one that cheated. Like, also, so what I'm saying to her is like, why are you hanging out or even like friends on social media with any of the friends that are like not calling him the hugest asshole on the face of the earth? Like, why are you worried about these people's perception of you? Like, because she's worried about her.
It's because there's
name
one
being
bar in
smeared.
town, and
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
have to talk.
Yeah.
Everyone talks.
Oh,
Small town drama right there.
This is the only place you
You
can
sniffed
drink
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. No,
I don't think she
That
should
is
give
why
away
when
the-
she went looking for a new soulmate, she ran into one of her friends.
It was the other guy in the town.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But yeah, so what should she do?
I think I hate to give the same advice twice in a row. Her and her current husband.
for your
Remodel
kitchen.
your
Jesus'
kitchen?
sake, it doesn't always work.
No. We could. Well, maybe she could. How's your kitchen look? Do you need a suck dick for a new one? Maybe that's the answer as well.
It could solve
But
a lot of these.
It might be a thing, but I think she needs to break into this guy's home with her new husband, and they start fucking right as they hear him coming into the driveway, and she just walks in on them fucking.
Surprise kitchen fuck.
Yeah, surprise
The Jake
kitchen fuck.
classic. Yeah.
Surprise kitchen fuck.
Welcome back to Surprise
Yeah.
Kitchen Fuck.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
film.
I am your host, and today, boy, do we have some unsuspecting
Touched by a
contestants.
kitchen fuck.
His wife called him a bag in front of the brand new kitchen he built. Is he a bag now? Here's
So I'm just saying that Chip and Joanna have launched their own network.
Yes.
And I'm just like, what the fuck are they going to possibly fill an entire network with? Chip and Joanna, the Love Gurus, are now pitching a show to you. It's called Random Kitchen Fuck.
Yes.
Okay?
Random kitchen fuck. Yes.
I want to watch them fuck in the first episode.
The
though, for
circumstances
sure.
are different. The people are different. But
Yes.
the kitchen fuck is
Uh-huh.
You guys are like the Kim and Kanye of like the house flipping
Yeah.
world.
We can, and we'll
You know,
totally
when I
use
buy a
like
house, I'm willing to
Magnolias.
pay over asking if someone's fucking in the kitchen.
Hell
when
yeah.
I see it.
Yes. Oh my
Right.
God,
Yeah,
because people say that all the time. They're like, I just wish I was in a relationship where he would just throw me to the ground on the kitchen floor. Oh, you walk into a house that you want to buy and there's a couple fucking on the kitchen floor? It's karma that's
like
going to
it-
happen
right.
to you.
What about like
Right.
every
Sold.
room? What if you could visualize what it'd be like to fuck in every room of that house?
Oh
when you
my
bought
God,
it?
yes.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a celebrity service for that. I bet you when
Yes.
George Clooney buys a house, there's a couple in every room.
Yeah.
That's just
All right,
fucking-
listen.
And Amal was the one that was like, okay, but we need like consensual agreements, no sex workers. Like,
All right,
Sure.
Listen, you move into a nice town. You want to sell your house. You got to. This is a nice neighborhood. People want to see.
Nice
You got to. You don't want to You don't want to like skimp on the pictures, and you don't want to skimp on the kitchen fuck. You got to get hot people in here. I've seen houses lose $50,000 by getting some trash whore down in here fucking in your kitchen. Spend the money. Spend the money.
Like a shed fuck. No, the kitchen's the money maker.
You think you're saving, but you're losing. You're losing.
I know. I really think that we've opened up a market here because people always are like, oh, I want an open kitchen design. Yeah, because you want to fuck on the floor.
I like a really discerning buyer looking at the kitchen fucking. Like, I don't know. Like, it looks tough.
Yeah, like they try to steer you away from that. Why don't we look at the garage? Look at the garage here. I'm told I want to see the fuck.
And not to call people lazy while they're on the job. I don't even think they were really fucking in that kitchen. I think it was more like that Cinemax slow hump. You know what I mean?
That's like a New York broker right there. They're really lazy about it.
Yeah. No, they're fucking. It's full penetration. I'm telling you. They've been fucking all day.
Two dogs in the half kitchen.
I'm not racist. I'm just saying every Jewish realtor I've had has done that. I'm just saying that's what happened. I'm not saying anything about the Jews. I'm just saying that in my data that I've collected.
Yeah.
You only have your experience.
It's just my experience. This is my.
Well, it's going to be a good talk show, and no one's going to try to cancel us. No one's going to go, well, we found this sexist tweet on the Twitter account of the kitchen fuck show. It's a kitchen fuck show. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we don't have saints on the kitchen fuck show.
We didn't hide anything.
No.
In the pitch. We're pretty straightforward.
We wanted you to find it. We wanted you to find more. We thought it would be a good thing for the next episode.
It's really the selling point.
Yeah.
So wait, just getting back here. The guy and girl are engaged. Guy cheats. Girl breaks off engagement.
No.
Guy cheats. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but I guess I'm not. I don't know who. I think she confronted him about cheating, and then he broke up with her over text.
Okay. Sorry, and then she goes and get engaged, which is really trashy. But I'm pretty sure it's like also the plot of like 3 Shakespeare plays. Which should have just said something.
Oh yeah, is this are you guys in Elizabethan England right now?
Right.
That's of course.
Yeah. But we've all known those couples that have gotten engaged very quickly after some sort of other, traumatic breakup, and but to be
I
fair,
have tickets to kitchen fuck in the park, by the way. That's going to be amazing.
The answer
We're past the kitchen fucking thing.
The answer to this one is work on your codependency. That's the real problem. We gotta.
Which is exactly where I was going with this, because so she breaks up. She was in she's one of those people that she's probably never been single for a significant period of time. She's never been on her own, and she just meets some guy, and she's like, yeah, cool. And he also they're codependent. Now, that being said, some people are totally fine with being codependent, and like I'm not saying it's healthy, but some people are totally fine with being codependent.
I've known people that are ex when they're single. Yeah, like they're just fucking horrible people when they're single, and it's like they need to get somebody quick.
Yeah.
I like having no responsibility. I like not being responsible for myself or anyone else. I think it's totally fine. Why should I
You don't want to see the plants this guy brings home. Oh my god, nightmare. They're dead within a week.
He somehow had a cactus die within a week, bro. How did you not water a cactus? I didn't even think you had to water that within a week. Were you pissing on it? What did you do?
They're survivors.
He sucked the life out of a succulent. Can you believe it?
No, but if you don't want to be responsible for yourself, you should definitely get into a relationship, because that's when people take care of you. That's what I advise.
Oh yeah, let me be a burden
if you want
for
the
another
ultimate
person.
safety net. Get a person really invested in your safety and survival.
Joel on YouTube says, "OMG, Jake looked like Steve Austin, the $6 million man, when he ran behind Suzanne to fix the mic. It was a slow-mo leg." He says, "Pretty
That's
sure."
The nicest compliment Jake's ever gotten.
Yeah.
Normally
I'm like the $7-8 man.
Yeah,
I'll take $6 million.
Yeah.
Jake's not even worth the pack.
Yeah. If someone hands somebody a 20 for me, they get change back. I mean, it's just one of those.
The Jake tax.
Oh yeah.
It turns out he meant
you can only Jake outside at this point.
Yeah. It's pretty sure that this is Joel on YouTube. Pretty sure that my ex isn't happy that I banged her sister and 3 of her friends. Ex is the operative word here.
Joel, I would also say LOL at the end of that sentence. Thank you.
No, he did.
Thank you for finishing my thought.
He did, yes.
You're not the boss of him, Suzanne.
He says, break into the ex's house with the new husband. Ask the ex if he needs the kitchen remodeled. Let him know that the new husband swallows.
Oh, all right.
Joel says, Jake,
swallows female cum?
I mean, probably it's 2021. We can get kitchens that way. I think
totally.
You know,
oh my god.
Unless the CDC says we shouldn't.
I mean, yeah, they do like so many things with like the ice maker. Like there has to be like some sort of like clit stimulator, right? Like, or am I?
It's a Keurig if you know how to use it.
The pinch,
and I do.
The pinch when it pinches down the pod.
It's bad for the environment, but like, you know, whatever.
Joel on YouTube says, Jake isn't sure if he wants to go see the Kitchen Fuckers or the Teletubbies reunion.
Yes, very difficult for
Jake,
him.
You're getting a lot of.
Why are those mutually exclusive?
Yeah, I mean, we can tour with the Teletubbies. Yeah. I mean, that's not you know,
they love a kitchen fuck.
In fact, yeah. I think we'll get a lot of. I think not as many people will be as into seeing Teletubbies fucking in the kitchen, but the people that are into it will fucking pay a premium.
It's a niche market.
Yeah. Like it's a pay site every time.
Oh yeah,
and we can make a killing off that.
Are you tired of being a furry? Do you want to see a little
also,
alien child baby?
Also, since OnlyFans is now.
It'd be great if we got a question from furries who are just like, we've lost our spark.
Oh,
I think he's secretly into Teletubbies, and when we were remodeling the kitchen, I called him out on it.
I saw him jerking off naked. I was like, no, where's his college mascot uniform? This isn't the man I married.
Please, if you're a furry, do that. So
you guys just even talking about that makes me feel sweaty. Like I've got a mascot uniform on.
Oh my god!
Like I feel so sweaty right now. Okay, so
I'm picturing them doing it to Gary Glitter, just dun 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 dun.
How do you watch that? Do you get a dry clean? Do you take that fucking? What do you take it in?
That's what I'm saying, man.
You know that not every dry cleaner is going to come out of a college mascot uniform. Like you
not any dry cleaner worth their salt for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
You only know that when you've tried.
Right. And as a man who's tried, most of them are very fucking rude. They are very rude. Not only won't they do it, but they judge you. They do it with their eyes. Like they get all shitty.
Like they are dressed up like a giant Buckeye fucking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to this question though. So what's our final advice for this woman? You know, so again, her concern is not the fact that she's maybe rushing into a marriage. Her concern is how does she address her ex, quote unquote, smearing her name across the internet.
She does have an unhealthy addiction to wedding cake, and it's fucking causing problems.
I think you just need to let it die down, and you just be when you get married, be that annoying person that posts every 5 seconds, and don't reply to him, block him on social media. Just do that. And if you do decide that this is the right marriage for you, just embrace it and be healthy about it. And then maybe you guys get therapy like 2 months in, like just a small suggestion. Yeah, like
do not feed the trolls. That's definitely the best advice here.
Yeah, do not engage. Do not engage. I think that's a Jim Carrey quote.
This is what you do. You get a duffel bag and a copy of the book Eat, Pray, Love. You get the fuck out of that small town, go to the nicest place you can go. You either go to Paris if you can afford it, or you hike the Pacific Crest Trail and you fucking find yourself and you learn that you are good enough and you don't need someone else. And then you go live somewhere that you want to live. And you start a life that's healthy.
You know, everyone made fun of Angelina Jolie when she lived in a hut in Cambodia for like a month, but she kind of did just exactly that. Like, so I just want to point that out.
That was really good advice. Have you done this show before?
I have not. Maybe I'm a love guru.
That was good. Both the best and worst times of my life have been in huts in Cambodia. You know, it's weird.
Same night.
That's either a 0 or a 10 every time. Every time.
You were trying to get Angelina Jolie's kitchen correct.
Yes. You want a new kitchen? You talk to the shaman. It's gonna get fucking weird. You're gonna have to drink a weird punch. And anyway, before I give my advice, Joel on YouTube says, Jake, I'd pay top dollar to see Teletubbies fucking in a particular flooded New York basement. No DMs after midnight, 11 p.m. Central, please.
Yeah, if you stick around for 15 minutes after the Love Guru.
Shut your mouth. We can DM you anytime we want. Shut up, Joel, that you don't accept DMs after 11 p.m. You're a liar.
You're acting
your wife is watching.
You're acting like tellish people go to sleep before midnight. Far from it. They're up for days. They're up for days.
I don't know why that makes me laugh.
Tim on YouTube says, Carmine Appice lovers. It is Carmine Appice.
It's a Piche? I'm not Italian.
Carmine Appice loves to his kitchen per Mark Goodman.
Yeah, dude, straight up. I mean, that sounds like an amazing.
Carmen Apice would love to show his kitchen. Joel saw it.
Let me see that kitchen.
Yeah, straight up.
Beautiful.
You know what boys do in the locker room? They show their kitchens, you know?
Yeah.
I used to I had a full kitchen, like just when I was young. It freaked me out at first.
Yeah.
Then I realized I'll have a center island too.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a lot of guys who have not had a full kitchen. If you catch my drift.
Sure.
They're getting there. It's a growing kitchen.
Some guys have curtains in their kitchen, and some of them had it cut off when they were It's totally fine.
Or some dudes like me have a full kitchen, but their kitchen's had a lot to drink. You know what I mean? And so now it's like it's kind of a soft
usually
kitchen.
works, but the oven's not working.
Some kitchens are not showers.
Yeah.
They're not for showing.
The fridge door, it don't swing like it should tonight.
My kitchen just got out.
I hate a kitchen that curves to the left.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say some kitchens are J-shaped.
My kitchen just got out of the pool, so you got to get it.
Yeah.
My kitchen looks like a baby Nike Swish sometimes.
My kitchen has brand new appliances, and I don't know what that means.
So, Jake, what's your final advice for this person?
Oh, my final advice would be go over there wearing nothing but an orange ball gag and a Teletubby costume.
Yeah.
And when he opens the door with his stupid, I want to get back with you. Like, this is the only way I can come now. Do you still want this? And he will head running for the hills. He's going to be like, I don't want this. Yeah. This is fucking crazy.
Do you take the bus home after that? Like, what
yes.
happened?
And then
you walk it. You own that.
Now, you take the bus home.
Walk of Fame.
But either way, you either walk or take the bus, because I really like the idea of somebody else in a Teletubby costume, orange boy, or hey, how's it going? And then
they fall in love versus the guy that she's engaged to now.
Dude, how cool would it be if this is how that couple met?
He's saying be true to yourself. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes.
Look, if you want to find somebody who likes ball gags and Teletubby outfits, get on that Pacific Trail we were talking about.
Hell yeah.
They're all out there.
100%. Well, perfect. I think we answered that question. Do we need to do a break to plug the sixth guest of the podcast?
Yes. Let's plug the sixth guest of the podcast. The next time.
And then the seventh.
I've been a guest many times. I've never been plugged on this podcast.
Oh, that's a little got a little spice to it. Look at it.
Alt innuendo.
Vista. Dude, I don't speak Spanish. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's the Argentinian one.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Cleans your palate.
This is good. Have you had this one yet?
No, I'm gonna.
Okay. Alt Vista classic wines have the intense aromas and fine balanced flavors that are typical of their great varieties when careful wine growers farm some of their best vineyards. I like to fuck dressed like a Teletubby. I am the owner of Torrentes.
If you're gonna come clean the back of your wine bottle.
That is an Argentinian wine, so 100% true.
Yes.
as is known about Argentinians.
Don't judge the Teletubby community, you fucking prudes. Drink Altavisto Torrentes.
To be fair to that is the ultimate don't knock it till you've tried it. Like, literally no one can judge anyone for fucking in a Teletubby outfit, because when has any of us done it?
Yeah, that's true. And most people that have done it probably ain't talking about it. And,
Well, it's also one of this. It's like almost like because I can't afford a Teletubby costume, so it's almost like
I'm pretty sure a Kickstarter could get you there real quick. I'm pretty sure if you put one picture of you on the internet, you're like, I need a Teletubby outfit to fuck in. You'd have $1 million in 5 minutes.
Well, I was just saying,
even me. I did a GoFundMe to get that last year, and then I was sued
$1.50
via GoFundMe. and they because I didn't actually buy the Teletubby thing. I just bought a whole lot of cocaine, and they were like, you said you were spending it on Teletubby costumes,
and history proved you right.
Yeah, it's true, but they sued me. They took the goddamn money back.
I actually have to admit that I'm probably never going to wear a mascot uniform again in my life, and the reason why is because I used to play field hockey, and our mascot was a rhino. So we had a rhino mascot, and so how the feet were, it was like an elephant. So you'd like clip your shoes into this, and it made your foot like 3 times bigger.
Like snowshoes?
Like, yeah, very similar. So it made your foot like basically 3 times bigger than it really was.
Yeah.
So you're in this like silver costume and you have this big rhino head on, right? Well,
wait, so you were the rhino.
So I was
keep going.
You were that.
So it was we
Tell
called
us
it
more.
we called it a super
What did you do with your horn?
No, there was a horn, but it was
You're
like felt.
a
So
big-footed rhino
yeah.
with a field
So,
hockey team.
it was a super Saturday, as we like to call it, which was basically like, so it was, kind of like a bar crawl.
Did you do method acting for it?
Did you? But what happened was
She's gonna Daniel Day-Lewis this rhino costume.
I am the rhino.
I am extinct.
Get to the part where this story is torn, Suzanne.
So what happens is that it was my friend's birthday before, so we go to boozy brunch, then we have to go to Super Saturday, and I was designated to wear this rhino costume before. So I put the rhino costume in. I've obviously like had too much to drink, and I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna go. And all I have to do is walk from the front of this restaurant to a cab.
Oh no!
There's a line of outdoor tables. I fall. It's like bowling. It is like bowling. All of the tables fall like boom, 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 boom. And I get up. I'm like, oh no! But then I'm trying to walk in these snowshoes, and I like absolutely cannot. And I just like basically my friends like just shoved me into this because the game was that I was gonna hide at a bar, and it was like a scavenger hunt. You have to find where the mascot was.
Oh man!
And it just anyway. So I'm probably never gonna wear a mascot uniform again.
If you had a video of it, that would be 30 million views right there.
Oh yeah!
It's tragic. Drunken rhino tries to catch cat.
I'm not drunk.
I do not have a video of this. However, all of my friends from that team, anytime I see them, it always comes up within the first 10 minutes of seeing each other.
It's the funniest thing they've
Hey,
ever
Suzanne,
seen.
remember when you had the rhino costume on?
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
I don't know how you and I are going to start a conversation without talking about this.
It's okay. It's a part of my life.
I wasn't even there, and that's all I'm going to be able to think about. We should just
Suzanne the Rhino,
Yeah.
coming at you on the Gurus podcast.
It was a doozy, I must say. But also,
Joel writes,
tell us
more about your big rhino feet.
Yeah, but also, to be fair, try to get into a taxi with a rhino head that's like 3 feet wide. It's not easy for like a sober person.
No one's judging your ability.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's tough, man. So
I just felt like I
it's
had
hard,
to confess that.
like psychologically, to get in the costume. So the cab is not a hard part.
Yeah.
well, I doubt furries actually fucking those crazy big snowshoe things, though, right?
Yeah.
Like they're probably just barefoot and they got the rest of the costume. Otherwise, do you think day one of furry there was one guy that didn't know not to bring the crazy snowshoes, and he's just walking around bumping into orgy stuff? Like Suzanne at that bar, and he's just knocking over lube, and he's just falling into people fucking like, oh, sorry guys. And,
I'm just saying that it's not easy to be a mascot.
Yeah.
How did this story not end with it being just everyone having sex? Because it was like a mascot and a field hockey team, and then you got in a cab and left, which makes you think that, like,
are you a lesbian?
How? Well, she's the rhino.
So what happened? So what happened was that I went to the bar that was like the final destination, and I just sat there and drank Diet Coke for hours.
That's the worst.
Oh, you did.
But now I just want to see one porn that ends with the woman being like, "I'll get in a cab and go to a different bar."
But the great thing was that because I was so drunk, I didn't mind sitting in a rhino costume in a bar for hours.
That's
in the daytime.
That's because you're amazing.
People are walking by and they just see this rhino sat at a bar. She's drinking Diet Coke.
Stop trying to make RhinoCon a thing, Suzanne. It's not a thing.
Anyway, so then by the time my friends got there, I'd sobered up and I was like, hey!
I do like the
I'd
idea.
still hit on you. Hey girl, how about you be a rye yes tonight?
Yeah, whoa, see? Yeah. That came to you naturally.
The horn's not the only thing that's sticking up. You know?
Yeah.
How about rhinoceros?
Right.
How do I turn that rhino into a rhino? Right, yes, girl. Come on.
Suzanne's like, I've heard that 6 times that day, guys. You're not clever.
I do like the idea of just walking by a bar and there's just a sad drunk mascot just drinking in there alone.
You know there's a mascot bar out there somewhere.
But that was the case. But like I said, my friend was like, when you get there, only have Diet Coke. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm drinking too much. I'm like, can I just have a Diet Coke?
I love that you look like a rhino who is like in the program.
I'm trying to turn my life around. We're getting extinct out here, guys.
You just turn to the people that just sat down at the bar. These bunch of fucking Mormons cut me off. You believe that?
That rhino. Next week, that rhino's got to make amends.
Hey,
I have to apologize.
Hey, girl, my Serengeti or yours? I still in my parents' Serengeti right now, but that's fine.
Serengeti again.
Yeah. Well, like I said, those days. So that's what I'm saying. Those days of wearing a mascot uniform are behind me.
Bullshit.
So you're not fun anymore, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the old Suzanne would have worn a mask.
The old Suzanne, yeah.
Joel on YouTube says, "Yo, I'm down for Rhino Con." Just saying.
I do it.
Exactly.
I do it for Joel. Yeah. Awesome. But we answered that question. We plugged the wine. Time for another question. I think.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions at the loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We are going to take another one from the Wild Psychopaths on Reddit.
My wife is not backing my decision to kick her mother out. I'm 34 and my wife is 32. My mother-in-law came to help us because we had a new baby. She's 4 months old and the mother-in-law has been very helpful with the baby. My wife works in a job with no maternity leave, so she took that unpaid, and I work as an engineer. We make roughly the same, and so our having a stay-at-home parent eliminates having half of our income eliminated. We want to retire within 10 years, so we really want to prioritize working right now. And her mother has come to help us. She's also of a different culture. Her mother is from East Asia. One thing she doesn't really understand about my culture is that pet ownership is seeing pets as members of a family. We also get a fair amount of unfounded medical advice regarding the baby and things that we don't see as necessary medical procedures. So on to the issue at hand. I have a dog. She's 10 years old, and I have had her before, even before I met my wife. The dog is super sweet, is a 50-pound dog that I rescued 9 years ago after she had puppies and been abandoned. She's never hurt anyone, and she loves giving kisses and being loved on. She's very obedient. The mother-in-law, however, is constantly suggesting that we get rid of my 10-year-old dog who's been with me for almost a decade.
Oh, she hates dogs? Fuck this lady. Fuck her to death in a Teletubby costume. I hate this lady.
Why is there not a word for that? Like racist, but you hate dogs.
Yeah.
There is. It's Michael Vick.
He loves dogs.
Yeah. So basically,
they brought a lot of extra money.
And what they can do for him.
Oh, yeah.
The other day, I heard my dog yelp from my office, and when I went downstairs to check on her, my mother-in-law said that she accidentally stepped on her tail. I don't believe her, and I think that there's something else that happened. I basically packed her bags and told her to get the fuck out. She refused, and my wife is in agreement that what she did is not acceptable, but it's also emotionally concerning about her relationship with her mother, that she's stopping me from kicking her out and insisting that we let this woman watch our child daily. Is there any healthy universe where we can all have a win here? I mean, yeah, this is very tough because on one hand, they're like, oh, we want this free childcare, etc. On the other hand, she's like, I don't, God knows what she's like doing to the dog. You know, so like that is
that's a rough trade-off.
I step on my dog's tail all the time, and I love my dog. That is not a reason to get into a shouting match with someone and try to kick them out of your house. Like,
yeah, but it's a weird coincidence.
But she's also saying that, like,
she's saying she thinks she's lying about it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he's
she's saying, I don't think it's an accident.
that there's maybe like the mother-in-law is like
he's
not
wrong. She's not lying about that. Like, that's the thing. People who love their dogs, and I love my dogs. Like, we treat anyone who doesn't like them in a hostile way because we're obsessed with them. They're basically our children. Like, I'm just saying it's very possible you did just step on the dog's tail because dogs are dumb. Dogs get under your feet all the time. That's just
possible.
their way. So, like, but you don't run downstairs and be like, you're kicked out of my house forever because theoretically you may have been upset with my dog. Like that's enough to make an arrest.
I just think that like
he does need more evidence. It's fucking annoying. I wish we could recreate
the scene.
I wish it was like back in the 80s. We could just drag her out of the squad car in an alley. We just beat her with the nightsticks. You know what I mean? We throw her back in the squad car. We take her down to the station.
I don't know.
But she's saying, but again, so keep in mind that like the whole reason why the mother-in-law is there is because they're saving on childcare. And again, the one thing that struck me about this question is that he's saying that he's 34, his wife's 32. They want to retire in 10 years. So either they're like making a shit ton of money or living very cheaply. So that's why they want this free childcare from the mother. And the mother-in-law is saying, listen, like this dog needs to go. Like I can't stay and continue keeping care of the kid whilst this dog still lives here.
Joel on YouTube says no happy medium. Kick her out and send her off to remodel a kitchen.
That's what I think. Yeah.
First of all, let's look up how much childcare costs because it's not cheap. It really
that's true. That's true.
Wait, but these people are retiring in 10 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Off. I'm siding with the mom on this one. Fuck everybody.
I just think
I missed the retiring in 10 years thing. I'm starting to hate these people.
In your early 40s, like
I'm starting to hate these people and their dog. I'm starting to want to step on the dog's tail myself.
I'm just saying that they're like exploiting this situation. The mother, don't get me wrong. The mother-in-law, whatever, again, however she treats the dog is probably terrible and not okay. And I'm obviously not condoning that at all. But again, they're sort of like enabling it because they themselves are being these selfish brats, being like, well, we don't want to work anymore after 10 years. It's like, what are you going to do with yourself? Don't you know those people that once they retire, they kind of just die because they don't have a purpose? Like, do you want to be that person? Like, what are you doing? Oh, you're going to become a stand-up comedian at 44? It's not going to work out.
That's true. That's true.
I'm still trying to understand the scenario where this elderly mom like intentionally hurt the dog, and then when the guy came downstairs was like, oh no, I just stepped on his tail. Like what sort of sinister shit is that about?
I think you got some tail stepping guilt or something.
I don't just smack a dog and then be like, oh yeah, just step.
Now that you mention it, because at first I was like, I think the mother-in-law might be shitty because that's a weird coincidence. But now that I'm thinking about it, if I'm putting myself in the mind of a serial dog tail stepper, you know what I mean? I'm a serial dog tail stepper. What I'm doing, if I've gone to the lengths that I'm going to move in with my kids to raise their kid under a guise to step on some dog's tails. You know what I'm doing? You know the move I'm doing? I'm waiting until they're what? At work. Then come here, Fluffy. I'm just there at work. I'm not getting caught.
She's gotten into an altercation with this dog. He was in the other room. He didn't see it. There's no evidence of this.
If she would have done it intentionally, he would have been at work. You know what? You're right, because he would not have been fuck not in the room.
Just buy another dog.
Yes, if she was going to intentionally fuck with this dog, he would have done it. She would have done it while he was out of the house. I don't think she would have done it while he was.
Can I also just say, like, we're also like. We're kind of glazing over the fact that he is just kind of straight up racist. Like he's like, my mother-in-law is East Asian, so you know how the East Asians are with dogs. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't know.
Do you know how the East Asians are?
I'm just saying,
to be fair, there's a lot of countries where like they just don't have dogs as pets.
Yeah,
did she eat the dog's tail? What's going on here?
He's just like kind of like racist about the. He's like, well. Yeah, my mother-in-law, she's free healthcare. I mean, but she's, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's like,
day one,
not a good look.
Day one, she accidentally steps on the tail. Day two, she accidentally started marinating it. I'm like, what the fuck? My East Asian mother-in-law. She's trying to eat my dog.
What's this pho made with? This is great.
Yeah. No, but dude, that totally happened to my friend once when he was in Bali. He got some satay and he's like, this is so good. What was it? The guy goes, dog. And my friend got so upset.
Replicate it to this
but
day.
Also at the same time, like, the guy could have just been fucking with him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
well, no, I mean,
that is what I would say 100% of the time to Americans.
I've been to countries where they just straight up don't have dogs as pets. It's just not a thing they do. You know what I mean?
Even here,
I will walk my fat little beagle who's 20 pounds, but it's a little just chubbo down the street, and people will, step aside, and they'll do it all the time. They do it all the time. They will walk to the side of the sidewalk and wait till the dog goes by. And like, this is the dumbest looking, useless dog ever. This wouldn't survive 10 minutes in the wild. And they're like, no, I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah.
It could potentially bite.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just a cultural thing. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
They're like, it could be a skinny jack dog wearing a little chubby dog suit, trying to look weak. So I let it near me, and then bites my dick off. Bites my dick off.
Oh my God, I hate it when dogs like bite my dick off. It's
right?
So irritating.
It was a rough.
You were a dude when we started this podcast. It was crazy.
And then Mark's Beagle bit my dick off.
You sneaky little
He
fuck.
just waddles up to you looking all cute, and then
I was so annoyed.
so little.
It's an undercover dick biter, man. Gotta watch out for it.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, like I kind of hate this person, and that's why I picked this question, is because
Suzanne, if you want to go off on this person, you're in the right place.
Well, okay. What I'm saying is that, first of all, it annoys me that he's saying he's 34 and he's like, well, I want to retire in 10 years. Okay, fine. Like, and also, I don't know what you want to do in 10 years. Like, maybe you want to do, volunteer work. You want to, whatever, be an engineer without board, or, something very noble, etc. Totally fine. I don't think so. I think you probably just want to live in a trailer in Alabama and
be racist.
Yeah, just being racist because you are racist. It sounds like.
To be fair, just like Hudson, Cambodia, some of the best and worst times I've had were in racist trailers in Alabama. So
that is awesome.
I mean, like, there's some good times.
I can vouch for that.
Good times we had.
I'm not saying you're not going to ever have a barbecue again, but yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, it just annoys me that he's like, I want to retire after 10 years. I want to have my mother-in-law because
Joel on YouTube says, I'm siding against anyone that's able to retire.
Dude, straight up. Yeah.
That's us fighting for crumbs.
Yeah, you can rescue all the dogs you want, but if you're retiring, fuck you.
Yeah. But it's also one of those things.
This is really about a bunch of comics not having a stable future.
Yeah.
I just read an article that Social Security is going to be defunct by 2034. Not going to happen for us. So
that sucks, man. Yeah, the only retirement plan for comics is getting lesser comics that haven't been doing it as long to do bringer shows for you.
Oh my God,
it fucking sucks. That's our only retirement plan.
Yes. But yeah, so my beef is that and also, anyone who has an in-law come live with them for free childcare, there are always setbacks. There are always compromises. I'm not saying that obviously like anything bad should happen to your dog, but it's just like you need to reconcile what's going on here, because you're being. I think that he is genuinely being bad. I'm saying that, like, if he's like, oh, this is my dog and I need to take care of it, you need to take care of your dog. Oh, this is your mother-in-law, you need to take care of it. Like, you need to take care of that situation instead of just being a spoiled brat.
Right, because I think I misheard the question at the beginning. I didn't realize that he and his wife were basically requesting the mother-in-law to do that. I thought it was something that was kind of imposed on him.
No.
Then fuck this guy.
Well, the opening line is pretty funny. Twist. He says, my wife is not supporting me and kicking her mother out.
Right.
Like, were you expecting that?
I would expect it if it was one of those things to where, like, the mother-in-law just kind of imposed it on you, and this was not at all your idea. No. If this is your idea for free childcare, you can kind of fuck off.
I think his wife supports his mother-in-law's desire to get rid of the dog, because you know how those South Asians are about dogs. They're just not cool.
I mean, or she wants a snack. We don't know which. We don't know which he's implying here. We don't know which. She might have been tenderizing the tail. We don't know. I don't know what he's saying happened. I don't know what he's saying.
This tail. I agree with you. I think he's being a little whiny about this. He spends more time in the question talking about his dog than his child, which is super weird. But
yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Maybe she's really good with the kid. She must be. He wants her there.
He literally says she's good with the kid.
He wants her there.
Sorry. So just to clarify, he does say that she is good with the child. However, she does recommend medical advice regarding the baby. That is the opposite of what.
Dude, as a truther of most things, I don't like medical advice. I'm with this guy.
I love South Asian mother-in-law medical advice.
That's
the best medical advice.
I want to know what the medical advice was.
Here's what I'm saying is
he should have wrote down the medical advice.
Again, my issue with this guy, he's so entitled. like, obviously the mother-in-law is trying, and she's, she does come from a different culture, but she's doing these things, and he's just like, "Ma, she comes in and does these things, and it's like, you knew that before she was going to come in, and you still did it because you want free childcare. Like, you can't have both sides of the rainbow."
There's definitely something this about where he feels like he made a mistake yelling at her, and he's trying to kind of like smooth that over because he actually does want that free childcare. He just realized it. Like, maybe let the dog get
that's what I'm saying.
Tail stepped on once in a while.
Here's the thing: is like he acts like he has so much integrity, yet his integrity is the cost of childcare. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there is a very tangible cost to his integrity.
And here's the thing: this guy doesn't work at Cracker Barrel. Okay, he just said he was going to retire in his 40s. Here's the thing about people that retire in their 40s,
which is weird because
maybe he's the CEO of Cracker Barrel. I don't know. Apparently, because he's retiring at 40. But here's the thing about, like, I get being hard up for childcare, and it's like, oh, I need this crazy mother-in-law to do this, and it's backed into a corner, gun to my head. This is my only choice. You're retiring in your 40s. Here's the thing about people retiring in their 40s. They can afford childcare. They don't have to put up with people stepping on their dogs. This is crazy.
All right, as the CEO of Cracker Barrel, we have decided not to extend health insurance to our employees, but there's free pancakes on Thursdays.
And what about, and excuse me, Mr. CEO, are you still enabling the warm maple syrup that's served at your restaurants?
Syrup will be served warm as the good Lord intended. But we're still on the fence about the gays and women's health care.
All right, listen.
They're still being served warm, though.
There's warm.
See, CEO, I'm with you on that one. But hey, can I bring my beagle to work? I'm scared of my mother-in-law's foot.
No one likes their mother-in-law. I don't know what the hard part about this is. It doesn't matter if she's the Asians or if she's whites or whatever she is, but no one likes their mother-in-law. Yeah. Everyone has proved that. So she's wrong because I'm a man and that's my worldview.
So my mother-in-law is from Connecticut, and I would love to send her back to South Asia. Like, I would have no problem with that.
So I can bring my beagle to work with me as I start hand out cold cuts at Cracker Barrel. That's not going to end.
Oh my God, how cute would a beagle look handing out cold cuts?
Oh, yeah.
That's the cutest thing I've ever thought of.
So secretly, my wife and my dream is to have a shop in Brooklyn called Beagles and Bagels.
Yes.
You just go and have beagles bring you your bagel.
Oh my God, because I had a beagle growing up, so I've always got like a soft. When I see your guys' beagle, I'm always like,
fucking amazing.
They're such
beagles
good dogs.
Are pretty good.
They're so smart too.
Do you have this on your vision board?
I do. It is my vision board. It's basically, it's a twofold goal of having a house upstate where we raise like 20 beagles at a time.
No.
And then we bring them into the city for Beagles and Bagels, and people can adopt them as they buy beagles. So you come for the beagles, you stay for the bagels, and then you
my God, I would love to see like Steinway Street shut down and just beagles running down.
The secret goal is to have the house upstate with 20 beagles, because my goal in life is to like walk out on a porch and like have 20 beagles come over a hill and run to me. Like
they're all like barking.
It sounds like a bad Nicholas Sparks book.
I want to do the same thing, but in the city and with 20 chihuahuas, and I'm going to walk them all at once, and they all, every time they pass a dog or a human or anything, they go, rah, 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 and I got to go with 20 of them go, sorry. They normally don't do this.
When you die from 20 chihuahuas, no one will be surprised. Because they will kill you.
You've already raised a cannibalistic one. So
That's true.
I guess
I have one that attacks all humans and one that attacks all dogs. The one that attacks humans loves dogs. The ones that attacks dogs loves humans. I don't know how that fucking
When
works.
I stop hearing anything from down here, I'll know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And you won't be sad.
No. But I'm happy for those chihuahuas.
I do like the idea, since I live in a creepy basement, of being like a sort of like a mafia hitman guy, you know? And like every now and then when like MS-13 or like the Italian mafia or somebody is like, no, this guy snitched on like 20 of us. He needs something special, you know? They take him to Jake and they're like, we're taking him to the fucking Chihuahua Don, you know? And they just bring him in, and I just feed them to 20 chihuahuas.
I love my chihuahuas.
Yeah.
They're always hungry.
Yeah, Little dogs, big bites. Yeah.
There's just so many like scenes that I can picture from that really look kind of great.
Why can't this family make it work, right? Like they've got a mother giving good childcare. They've got a man who loves his dog. Like they should everybody just chill the fuck out.
Well, it's because
adults would be able to make it work.
Yeah.
You forget that part.
Plus, you're only taking their best stuffs. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody in the family has one good characteristic, and the rest of them is shit. But it's a different characteristic for each one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
So my final advice to this guy is go fuck yourself. No, but my final advice is look, you are exploiting your mother-in-law. She's coming in and again, if she abuses your dog or whatever, I'm not saying it's okay. It's obviously terrible. Obviously, definitely you need to speak to her about it. But if she has a fundamental view about your relationship with your dog, yet you're like, oh, but I still want your free childcare. Guess what? She has to move out and you have to pay for childcare from now on. Like she can go back to what she was doing before. And I just hate you.
Yes. Joel on YouTube says, Suzanne is right. Dude's integrity is worth $7.25 an hour.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joel.
He says, hey, I live 2 miles from Alabama. We don't allow granny stepping on tails here. However, sex with the mother-in-law is encouraged, or so I've heard. He says, step on the granny's tail, pull her hair while you're at it.
What if he's right, though? What if this granny is just like really hurting this dog? It's just torturing this dog. And he's just trying to get some help.
But then
Suzanne's just turning a blind ear.
No, but then gives more fuel to what I'm saying, in that if he really thinks that she's doing this and like hurting and abusing the dog, and he's just like, oh well, I can't ask her to move out because then we're gonna lose our childcare. Like you are literally sending a drunk teenager into a club to get raped. Like, stop
Not
it.
literally, but yeah.
Okay.
Very much figuratively.
Metaphorically.
That's what figuratively
I think this guy would literally also let a teenager get raped for $7.25 an hour.
I mean, all evidence would
do not get on your high horse about how much you love your dog and won't abuse it, yet you won't kick out your mother-in-law who may be abusing your dog. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I hate
Well, he definitely did try to kick her out for maybe abusing the dog.
And dude, the more
what I'm saying,
the more we talk about it,
he shouldn't have done that. Like, I'm siding with the mother-in-law and all.
Yes.
I think he's an asshole.
I didn't right off the bat, but you convinced me very quickly because, like I was saying earlier, if this lady really wanted to abuse your fucking dog, she would wait until your dumbass wasn't in the house. Like, that's not a complicated thing. You said you're working. You're all pissed off. Oh, we want to retire soon. People that try to retire all fucking early, they're workaholics. They're gone a lot. She has more hours of the day to kick your dog while you're not there than when you are there. Like, she would have done it those days. Like, I never kick people's dogs while they're there.
Maybe we don't know about that.
That's true. Maybe
constantly kicking that dog.
Maybe the second
you know how those South Asians are.
Dude, I'll bet. Yeah. Dude, she goes full South Asian on it too. She goes Pol Pot on this fucking thing. She goes as soon as he leaves, she just fucking wheels out with the goddamn saw mask on. Like, I want to play a game.
She goes
Fluffy.
like proper NVA, like just hides in the plants and just waits for it to come by.
She's got like tripwires all over the house that she just sets out. There's like traps for this
that
thing.
Mother-in-law.
Remember, Fluffy, if you ever snitch on me, I'm going, or sniff on me, or I don't like getting sniffed by dogs and I don't like getting snitched on. So don't do either one.
Well, perfect. Well, I think we answered that question. Let's do the last question, a quick lightning round.
Yes. Last question of Love Gurus Podcast. People, if you have any questions you would like to write into the Love Gurus Podcast, please write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take one more lightning round question from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
Lightning round. So how this is going to work is that we're going to read the question, then we'll do one quick take around the room and see what our answer is. Last question. My boyfriend wants me to remove my plants from my apartment, which I'm paying for. I'm 28 and my boyfriend's 27. And when we started dating, we agreed for a while to keep our own places since we like having time alone. But he's having a lot of issues with his apartment, which is pretty run down, and is a landlord and neighbor. So I was open to him moving in with me. I really love my plants, and I've struggled a lot with mental health in my life. So my collection means a lot to me.
What therapist, what psychiatrist is like, you know what's going to cure your bipolar? It's fucking plants. Just get plants.
Lots of them.
What kind of, Jesus Christ.
She said
this
implants.
is why you don't go, this is why you don't.
Why would he want her to remove those?
She said,
I don't know what changed, but ever since he moved in with me, he's been petulant about having to cohabitate with my plants. I have no idea why. They don't take up the whole apartment by any means, and they're limited to the areas around my windows as they are plants, and he doesn't have any reason to need window space. He constantly grumbles and mopes about how many there are, and he doesn't like the smell or whatever. He's literally never acted like this before, but ever since he's moved in, he's been acting like a little kid. How do I deal? So I feel like she's probably a hoarder.
So she's 28 and he's 27.
Wait,
so
did I say
she
that?
makes the rules. That's all. That's my only rule. On that. Done. Seniority.
Mark out.
I don't know. I agree with Suzanne. I think she's a hoarder because, like, and we try to point this out at least once an episode. These questions are their pro-them propaganda. They're Fox News. They're MSNBC. They're North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the entire country, right? So when they leave out key details, I have to believe
Kim Jong-un has like a new lover. And
yes,
she just like can't get on his plant obsession. And so
dear Reddit,
taken to Reddit about it.
My girlfriend wants me to get rid of my plants. Should I continue to love her, or should I have her fed to my dogs? I have 20 beagles.
You know the
hungry.
answer, Reddit. Yeah, never ask Reddit if you should kill your girlfriend.
I know
how the answer is always
wait, Reddit. Yeah, I didn't even tell you what she did yet.
Yeah.
all I have to do is drive him up to Connecticut, and I know a cute couple with 20 beagles in the back of a house.
Ah, yes.
Actually,
gets rid of a body faster
all
than
you have
20
to do
beagles.
is all you have to do is just get them drunk and put them in a rhino costume, and they'll probably kill themselves.
You've lasted this long.
But I just think it's so
Wait,
again.
Joel on YouTube says Alabama accent. I had no idea Suzanne had plants. They look great and not real.
But okay, here's what I think is that there has to be, so he moved in and he's like, we need to get rid of these plants. They smell. And she's all like, but they didn't bother you before. My quick take is that she has to be some kind of hoarder, or the plants do smell, because plants smell. We all have those grandmas that have had those plants, those ferns in the back corner
like oxygen
for years.
Plants clean
Not
And
someone
they're
get, someone
like
get funny.
not-
Someone get funny. If you got too
I
many,
don't know
they
about
get
your
funny.
grandma's
No,
nasty
I
plants.
have a lot of plants. I actually am personally probably consider myself a plant mom.
Bed of a garden.
I like to put my rhino costume on and go around and water them and pretend I'm back in the Serengeti and I'm a little plant master.
Oh my God! Why are you such a hater, man? Like Claire B.
I'm Suzanne Plant's drunk uncle. I feed them beer. I feed them beer.
She's a woman who loves her plants, and this dude is like super jealous, and his only way of dealing with it is moping like a little bitch. Like
no.
Really?
Oh, 100% what I'm
Really?
getting. He's like, no, your plants suck. I can't stand these plants. Why there's so many plants around here? Because
Okay,
he loves
you
her
actually
plants,
okay.
and he's got a tiny dick.
The only
I
reason
don't know,
why
man.
I do agree with you a little bit is because of the fact that she was saying like she obviously like pays for her apartment. He came and moved in with her, so there is the sense
Do
that
not
he is
tell a
probably
girl
deadbeat.
who's paying for your freaking apartment how to decorate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you flipped me. I'm with Mark.
No,
What do
no.
you guys
I've always, you girl, get your plants. Whatever.
Put your plants on.
Get your plants on. You want oxygen? Get oxygen.
It's like Matt Damon at the end of it. At the end of the movie. You go get your plants.
Simps. Yeah. Fucking fuck boys. Yeah.
You go get your plants, girl. Go get them.
Get them. Get your oxygen.
You go get your
water
plants.
them.
Get that oxygen.
You get some
little spider mites, and spider mites never hurt anyone.
That's what a real man would say, but this bitch is like, I don't like your plants.
Yeah.
Oh, like them. You're not paying attention.
I only fucking your Vans. Okay,
Yeah.
how about you get some real shoes?
So how come every time we're trying to hook up, you got to go water your plants? Like, this is bullshit. I'm getting cock blocked by Ferngully over here, and I'm tired.
I use the cum from my vagina to water my plants. Maybe that's then we have an argument.
Okay, so Jake, what's your final advice then for this lightning round?
It's kind of hot, actually.
I am.
She was just like,
Yeah,
excuse me, I gotta go water the plants.
I have to come on my plant.
It's weird, but I like it.
I like it.
Not everyone can
It's
score.
that you're
am I
committed
right?
to it.
Maybe she wants him to come on her plants.
He comes home after work. What are you doing? And she's like, I'm watering the plants.
What did you do today? I fucked a field hockey team as a rhino. I squirted on the plants. Oh my gosh. It's like a porn reality show.
I must say that my field hockey team was very hot. Go Roger Rhinos, Singapore 2012.
Hell yeah.
Joel on YouTube says, if dude wants the plants out of place, he should learn to remodel kitchens. And
yes, callback.
Yes.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say, Jake? What's your final advice? For
Oh
this,
man, this is a tough one because like this guy does sound like a dick right off the bat. But again, I always like to err against the person writing the question at all times. Almost always, you know,
these could be moldy plants.
Yeah. And again, as a dude who does like plants, and he was lived with plants before. And you know what? I love dogs and cats. You know how many dogs and cats I have? I got 2 dogs and 1 cat.
There's a lot of animals in this apartment, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Hear me out on this one. If I was writing a thing saying my girlfriend's being a twat and telling me to get rid of my dogs and cats, you know what I'd have right next to that fucking thing? A number. Yeah. How many I had. I don't see that. I'm not seeing a number of the plants. I need to know the number of the plants before I get. This is in my schizophrenic brain. Like all of them are like a hung jury right now.
And a square footage of the apartment.
Schizophrenic. That's not curable.
List their ages. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this one.
Why? The reason why is because that's like a Reddit rule. Like it's
really?
In Reddit they're very good about always putting ages. It's not.
It does
sometimes
help.
It's relevant
in case that she was like a 96-year-old woman.
No,
you'd
be shocked
how like 15.
Because to be fair, that is relevant information. If she were 96, it would be like, well,
back when we did Yahoo Answer questions,
I thought as a
if you're 96, you can get as much plants as you want. You can go wild.
That is
on
you go hog wild on the plants.
Yeah, it's like, no, Agnes, who's gonna water them when you're gone?
You live that long.
I don't give a fuck.
You were in World War II.
Yeah.
Like, you get to have as many plants as you
want.
want.
You're an octogenarian? Yeah. You can have as many plants as you want.
When I was a girl, planes were nothing but science fiction, and then the Wright brothers came along. I can have as many goddamn plants
young
as I
women
want.
listening today, you also can have as many plants as you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, these are people that remembered
Asterisks.
snow in Mississippi. Yes. You know what I mean? So
yeah, remember that.
That's never happening again.
You can have as many plants as you want is the shittiest Adele song ever written.
Also, like,
you can have as many plants as you want.
That's an amazing Adele.
It's perfect. Honestly, as like 4 people living in New York City with like the air pollution and like global warming and all that shit, we should be looking for more plant hoarders. So maybe more plants.
Ditch the zero.
Yeah.
Get more plants.
Yeah. All right. Here's the thing. Grass is always greener, right? So here's
also a plant.
Here's what you do. And yeah, no pun intended, but yeah, grass is little. They're like little straight plants. They're like little straight, little sticky plants.
Is she growing marijuana? Is she a drug dealer?
Yeah. Can you get high off any of this?
It's a plant.
Yeah.
They smell really weird. They're kind of skunky. I don't like them.
Maybe start growing shrooms for him. I bet he'll appreciate it.
She's a drug boss, and like he walked into her like gigantic like weed basement like with like those lights that look through the sun.
She has
even
like
though she's like the cannabis king of Queens, she's still like, I'm 28 and you're 27. Okay, you listen to me.
She has like a full-on El Chapo tunnel underneath her apartment, and he's like, "What is this? Oh, it's a pre-war. Like it just has this. I don't know."
The Queen of Queens don't got to do nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
You could fuck me, but you can't fuck up the business.
If that's the case, fuck this bitch.
Yeah.
You do you, girl.
I like the idea of like her coworkers in MSNBC. Not MSNBC.
MS13 for gang related news.
Yes, I like that. I like the idea of her coworkers in MS13 going, "Why don't we just kill him if he's being a dick?" You know, and she's like, "Cause I love him. I love him."
Wait, no. Now that she's a ruthless drug dealer, I feel bad for this guy because he's just her little boy toy who she just moved in.
Yeah.
One time he was like, it kind of smells in here. And she's
shut your goddamn mouth.
What do you mean?
Shut your goddamn mouth. Have you never seen
Breaking Bad?
Have you never seen Michelle Pfeiffer in was it Goodfellas?
No, I'm all for her. She's very strong.
I'm just saying, like when you sign up to be the significant other of a drug dealer, you know what's going on, and it's you're the one making.
I hope this is what makes her flip. Oh, you don't like planks, man? Fuck you, man! I'll fucking feed you to the planks. Like, look who's talking, or whatever that movie was.
I thought it was a little moldy. I just thought it was. I love you, Carmen. Like, I love you. Like, oh my God, please don't kill me.
Alice Pacino. What was the one with Pacino? Is that who called it?
Rick Moranis. I'll feed you to that thing like Rick Moranis. Fuck you.
That's the best, like, surprise Pacino daughter ever. Yeah. Hey, I'm Alice Pacino.
Shut up. Answer the phone. Answer the phone. Don't talk to the cops. Just do your goddamn job. Like, they got plants in the basement. Stop.
Shove a gun in your underwear. Yeah. And then drop the gun.
Oh, getting very Goodfellas right here. Yeah.
Wait, Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't in Goodfellas. What was she in? Where she's like, she has like that silver dress.
Was she in Scarface?
Was it Scarface?
Casino. Was it? No,
that was Sharon Stone.
She's in that like silver dress, and then she takes the elevator like one floor down. You remember that scene?
I don't. It's not Scarface.
It might be Scarface. I don't think it's Goodfellas because Goodfellas was like Karen, yeah, and then definitely not Joe Pesci's wife. So it has to be Scarface. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to like.
One of the poor women in those Italian mafia movies.
Do you remember that? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So we're assuming though that she is not a massive drug lord. I guess.
All right. So
are we?
Yeah.
You're not getting that one out of my head. You're not getting that one out of my head.
Okay, it doesn't matter. So you've given your hot take on the lightning round. Jake, your hot take on the lightning round. And then Rob, you've given your answer.
Yeah. Respect the boss and do what you told.
Yeah.
as I'm saying,
someone's from New Jersey.
It's about you, isn't it, Rob?
I'm just saying. This can go two ways.
So what you got to do? You got to get a hold of one of your plant friends. You know what I mean? Talk to your plant friends. Be like, hey, can you plant sit for a little while? Assuming, again, you're not a plant hoarder, which I suspect you may be because of the lack of numbers. But we'll assume it's a reasonable amount because everything else you said seems like this guy's a dick. So what I'm saying is you find one of your friends, watch my plants over the weekend, and you tell them, listen, you're right. It was too many plants. I found a new favorite thing, beagles. A lot of beagles. Fuckload of beagles.
And you go up to Connecticut and you get them from Beagles and Bagels.
Yes. And you're just like, I now eat only bagels and I love only beagles.
I love this idea. It's like a way of living Beagles and Bagels.
But here's the thing. In their studio apartment, kind of a lot of beagles and bagels, it's
just after the first bagel, you're like, why did I eat a second bagel? By far, Beagles and Bagels is the weirdest porn we've come up with the whole time.
Yeah.
They're just horny.
Just give them that. Joel on YouTube says, what is the highlight of my week every week? Hands down, it's the Love Gurus podcast. I love you, Joel. Yeah, thank you, Suzanne and Jake. Prime show every week with phenomenal guests. Thank you, Joel, man.
We love you, Joel. We love you, all of our listeners. Yes. So glad that you guys tuned in. But I think that we answered all of those questions as well.
I think they're better off for it.
Yeah. And I think they're better off for it.
Goddamn right. We saved the lives of these people. Even if we told them to fuck off, we saved the lives of the people around them because they were terrible.
So it was tough love.
It was.
It's a 20-minute break, and then we're all fucking as Teletubbies, right?
Yeah. Joel, it's not live. I'm sorry. That's on our pay site. That's on our OnlyFans.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah. It's the Teletubby Gurus
on
OnlyFans.
I get to be the blue one.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Delilah on your show?
Who?
Delilah.
No.
Who's Delilah?
They're from the radio.
No.
Hi, I'm Delilah. We got 3 good songs for you.
She's too famous for the Love Gurus.
Yeah.
But you know what? We actually never reached out to her.
You should reach out. She'd be great.
Well, we're doing it next week. We're reaching out to Delilah. Thank you to Rob Rego. Thank you to Mark DeFrancis. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to everybody who commented on YouTube. Until next week, later.